Hare Krishna, dear devotees, now be paying obeisances. We touch our foreheads to the ground. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramhansa Parivrajacharya Ashtotrashata Shri Srimad A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada ki. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramhansa Parivrajacharya Ashtotrashata Shri Srimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada ki. Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki. ISKCON founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada ki. प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की श्री वृंदावन धाम की नवद्वीप मायापुर धाम की जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की गंगा माई की यमुना माई की तुलसी देवी की भक्ति देवी की श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की सामवेद भक्त वृंद की गौर प्रेमानंदे. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai.
Krishna, dear devotees, please join our Tuesday Sangha. You can take a seat. Tuesday Sangha is for everyone. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Welcome to Tuesday Sangha. Very nice to see all of you. Is there anyone here who is at the temple for the first time? Please raise your hand. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people. Congratulations. Thank you for joining today. Is there anyone here who is attending Tuesday Sangha for the first time? Please raise your hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, we have a lot of newcomers. Thank you so much for joining. And my name is Virgil Alana. I've been with Krishna Consciousness for 15 years. And every Tuesday, we meet at 6:30 for Tuesday Sangha, which is called Circle of Influence. And the reason why it is called Circle of Influence, because during the Sangha, we, first of all, enhance our ability to meditate on the holy name of the Lord, which actually purifies our life, our consciousness, and our existence. And we read Bhagavad Gita as it is, with translation and commentary of His Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, which of course makes our life closer and closer to perfection. And perfection is of course when we are in connection with the Supreme. When we understand the Supreme Lord, we connect with Him, we become blissful, we gain our nature, which is spiritual. And we will begin the Sangha with one round of Maha Mantra meditation. Is there anyone who have never chanted Maha Mantra before? Please raise your hand. Everybody. Oh, one person, two people? Okay. So for those who don't know the words, they're written here. You can just follow, right? Who can, maybe from those who have been at Tuesday Sanghas and chanted the Maha Mantra, who can tell in a few words what is the potency of the Maha Mantra? Anyone? Yes, please.
So all the scriptures say that chanting the Maha Mantra is the only means of deliverance in this current age that we're in Kali Yuga. And especially when it's a lot of people chanting together, the potency is really increased.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you. And who can tell me what is the meaning of the Maha Mantra? So when we chant, what are we meditating on? So Maha Mantra is non-different from the Lord Himself. And the Lord is Satchitananda Vigraha, meaning He is eternal, He is blissful, and He is full of knowledge. When we repeat His name, which consists of 16 words of the Maha Mantra, we connect with the Lord Himself. And through our attention, through the posture, if we are sitting straight, right, we control our body, and that body will control, in turn, our attention. By that attention, we will focus on the sound of the Maha Mantra. And through that focus, our connection will be stronger and stronger. The stronger the connection, the purer the chanting. The purer the chanting, the more bliss and happiness we basically let it in. And what is your name? Najmi. As Najmi said, this is the only way in Kali Yuga to deliver ourselves from the clutches of Maya. And Maya represents karma. Karma can be good, karma can be bad, but still, it's karma, and we are not free when we are under the influence of karma. So this is the only way for the love towards Godhead, through chanting of the holy name, to deliver ourselves. Okay? Before we start, since Maha Mantra was given to us by Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we will ask for the blessings from Lord Chaitanya by chanting his mantra. You can repeat after me, or you can just listen. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhara, Shivas Adigora Bhakta Vrinda. Thank you so much. And with this in mind, we will begin chanting. Please chant as loud as you can so that you can hear yourself and your neighbor. That will help you to control your attention, because our attention can go into different things, and our job is to keep our attention on the sound of the Maha Mantra. And one more thing. So Japa beats is Vrinda Devi herself. And when we chant the Maha Mantra, it becomes, it's a very sacred experience. So make sure that when you chant, you keep your japa beads on one hand. Don't allow it to touch the floor. Okay? Perfect. All right, let's begin. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Mahamantra ki jai. Thank you so much for wonderful chanting. It was so powerful. How is everybody feeling after one round of Mahamantra? Positive, energized? Wonderful. Perfect. Yes, so this is for donation. You can leave a donation afterwards. Yes, you can come. Yeah. Okay. So whoever needs japa beads, you can give a donation in the form of $10 and keep the beads to yourself. Okay, so we will continue reading Bhagavad Gita, and today we will read chapter 4. Please pick up the books. Does everyone have a book? You don't have? Okay, 2 more. Okay, perfect. Is there anyone here who haven't heard or read Bhagavad Gita before? Please raise your hand. Wonderful. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Okay, so to summarize Bhagavad Gita, we are reading already chapter 4, but to give you a little bit of a summary, chapter 1 is about Arjuna's sharing his difficult feelings, and because of the situation that happened due to the kind of disagreement between two parties, Kauravas and Pandavas. And Arjuna is the protector, he's a warrior, and his dharma is to protect. And in that case, he is supposed to fight with his family members. And this is a very difficult situation for him. So he is going through all kind of traumatic emotions, which he is sharing with Krishna. And at that time, Krishna is his friend. And he gives all kind of philosophical justification why he shouldn't fight, why he should just go to the forest and meditate. And Krishna understands his frustration and that his feelings are due to the fear and attachment. So in chapter 2, Krishna starts giving Arjuna the knowledge, and he begins with the knowledge of the soul. Because all of our fears is because we don't know about our spiritual nature, that our spiritual nature is the main and the material nature is the one that serves our spiritual nature. From that, Krishna explains the spiritual knowledge to Arjuna, and in chapter 3, he asks him to perform his duty as a service, as his dharma. So the whole chapter 3 is about it, and the chapter 4 is how to perform that service, how to act according to your nature, how to, by accepting your spiritual identity and employing your material nature, such as talents, knowledge, education, we can serve the Lord. So today we will continue actually from text number 23. So it's chapter 4, text 23. I will read the first text. We will be reading Sanskrit, translation, and purport. Each of you will be able to read either one paragraph of the purport, and if the purport is big, we will split it. Okay, and we will go from like in a circle, so I will start, and then will be you, and then we'll continue like that. Before we begin, let's give our obeisances to Srila Prabhupada, the founder Acharya of ISKCON. Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami iti namine. Namaste Saraswati Devi Guravani Pracharine Nirvisheshunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. And let this class be an offering to Srila Prabhupada. And the beginning of any Shastra, we also start with a mantra, which is, again, giving obeisances to the absolute truth. We will need to repeat this mantra 3 times. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Perfect. Yeah, so in soft copy, it's page 199, right? Okay. 199. 199. Gada sangasya muktasya jnanavasthita chetaha yagyaya charata karma samagram pavilikyate. Translation: the work of a man who is unattached to the modes of material nature and who is fully situated in transcendental knowledge merges entirely into transcendence. So here this verse explains that if we perform our duty unattached, meaning unattached to the results, and the results are dictated by the modes of material nature. So there are 3 modes of material nature, which we will be reading further. The first mode, who can tell? Who knows the first mode? Yes, mode of goodness. Yes, so the first one is mode of goodness, yes. And mode of goodness influences the living entity in the form of knowledge. So the living entity who is in the mode of goodness, that person will be attached to knowledge. So this is one. Why is it called material? Why do we don't want to be attached to the mode of goodness? Why do you think? Because mode of goodness is also material. What does it cause at the end? When people attain a lot of knowledge, what is the tendency? What happens to them? They may have high expectations, right? Oh. Attached? What kind of attachment is there? To happiness. They become attached to happiness. So they cannot tolerate the duality because it's up and down all the time. So people in mode of goodness, they become really frustrated, right? You said something else? They become selfish. And how does that selfishness manifest? They know the best. So we call it pride. They become very proud. Yeah, so they think they are higher than everyone else, right? And what happens when a person is very proud? What happens to them? Can they see the reality as it is when they're very proud? No, the angle becomes very narrow, right? And because of this, what happens to them? They see people lower. They underestimate. Yes, they underestimate. So they commit a lot of mistakes, basically, because they cannot see the reality as it is. Therefore, the mode of goodness is not our goal, right? So the next mode is mode of passion. What does it do? How does it influence a person? People running behind a specific goal. Yeah, so the person becomes attached to the result, right? They're hankering. Like they may have a lot of goals. They may be great achievers. Why is it? What can be the result of this? When we're hankering, when we're attached to the results, what can come out in the form of mood? What kind of mood we may? Anger. Greed, anger, sadness. And why? Why? Yeah, they're to focus on the result. They are expecting only the positive results. Yes. And if that positive doesn't happen, what happens? Disappointments. That's right. So we see this in life as well. That's why mode of passion is not our goal, but we use it. How do we use mode of passion? Like, for example, we cannot avoid, right, the modes of nature. Yes, yes. So we engage our body in work. Yes, we can work hard, right? But we stay detached from the result. Or we can study a lot, which is mode of goodness. But again, we don't become proud of it, right? We appreciate and we respect everyone and each other. Yeah. And one more mode is the mode of ignorance. What does it do to a person? If a person is in the mode of ignorance, what are the symptoms? Laziness, sleep, and madness. So whatever it says in the scriptures, whatever the person in mode of ignorance says, do the opposite. And then you will be okay. Yes. And out of this, what happens? If the person is lazy, if the person is in madness, sleeps a lot, eats a lot, for example. Yeah, he becomes irresponsible, he's not performing his duties, right? There is a lot of neglect, there can be also arrogance. Yes, and the lifestyle in general leads to sicknesses, different diseases, because there is a disbalance in food, in sleep, in recreation, things like that, okay? So here the verse says, the work of a man who is unattached to all of this mode. So he's not attached. He's not attached to sleep. He's not attached to laziness. He's not attached to recreation, nothing, right? But still, he may be engaged in all those things.
And who is fully situated in transcendental knowledge. How do you understand that? What does it mean to be fully situated in transcendental knowledge? Who is the person who is fully situated in transcendental knowledge? It is the person who understands that everything in this material world and just everything moving, non-moving belongs to the Lord. Okay, it's the first thing. He understands that he is a spirit soul and that all of us were parts and parcels of the Lord. So this is the person. He always thinks about the Lord. He is situated transcendentally. He meditates on the Lord. How do we meditate? Like if we value relationship with someone and that someone asks us to do something, when we perform that, what do we think? Whether this person gonna like it or no, right? So when we establish the relationships with the Supreme, our transcendental situation will be, we're gonna think, will Krishna like it or no? Did he ask for this in Bhagavad Gita? And if he did, in which chapter, in which verse? I need to confirm that before I do this. So this is transcendental situation. So that person, he wants to satisfy the Lord because he knows the secret. What is the secret? The secret is, it's a material world. Is it possible to be happy in the material world? Without the Lord? I'm asking, without the Lord, is it possible? No, it's impossible. Yes, yes. So it's possible because Lord represents happiness. Spiritual world is full of happiness, right? We need to be in a spiritual realm, basically, in that vibration, that consciousness, to be connected with that happiness. So the secret is to think about the Lord and to satisfy the Lord. And by satisfying the Lord, who becomes satisfied? All of us, because we're parts and parcels. Yeah, if you put the water in the roots of a tree, what happens? The tree is happy. All of the leaves, everyone is happy. Yeah, but if you put the water on the leaves and don't pour it on the tree, if you're trying to make everyone happy without satisfying the Lord, will they be happy? No, yes. So Krishna gives us the secret how to make everyone happy. Chapter number 1, listen to them. He listens to Arjuna. Chapter number 2, give them spiritual knowledge. Tell them, first of all, you are not this body. You're spiritual, you are eternal. This is, yeah? And then give them the knowledge how to serve and what is the potency of the service. It's chapter number 3 and chapter number 4. So we are reading it now, and then we can pass it to others as well, okay? So he's transcendentally situated in transcendental knowledge, and by being like that, he merges entirely into the transcendence. So basically, his consciousness is in the transcendence, although his body is in this material world. And that's why such a person, he is always happy. Purport: becoming fully Krishna conscious, one is freed from all dualities. So being free from all dualities means that the person is not disturbed by winter or summer, happiness or distress, success or failure. So everything becomes equal to him. Why? Because all of this doesn't belong to the spiritual world. He's focused on the Supreme. Okay. And thus, he is free from the contamination of the material modes. So that contamination comes to us in the form of karma. How does karma affect us? How do we know that we are contaminated by karma? Have you ever had desires that you couldn't control, or emotions? Yeah, is it possible to control emotions or desires? No, yeah, this is karma. We cannot control it. We can purify actually our consciousness, our senses, and start feeling in a different way, but we cannot control. So this is the influence of the modes of material nature. He can become liberated because he knows his constitutional position in relationship with Krishna. And the constitutional position in relationship with Krishna, that we are the ones who serve the Lord. We are souls, spirit souls, right? And thus his mind cannot be drawn from Krishna consciousness. Consequently, whatever he does for Krishna, who is the primeval Vishnu. Therefore, all his works are technically sacrifices because sacrifice aims at satisfying the Supreme Person. In other words, when we chant Mahamantra, when we read Bhagavad Gita, when we do our service at the altar, when we come to the temple, this is all sacrifice. When we do our job, it's all sacrifice if we think about the Lord. If we think whether it's going to satisfy Him, I'm doing it for His satisfaction, then all of our activities become spiritualized. Okay, so aims at satisfying Supreme Person, Krishna or Vishnu. The reluctant reactions to all such work certainly merge into transcendence, and one does not suffer material effects. In other words, if we act again in Krishna consciousness, we are not gaining any karmic reactions. Even if we do our job, we are not gaining any karmic reactions. Is there any questions on this verse? It's all clear? Perfect. Okay, so let's continue with, yes? 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 Yes, one does not suffer material effects because the resultant reactions to all such work certainly merge into transcendence. Yeah, so they become dissolved, all of the reactions. When we think about the Lord, because we have the tendency to commit mistakes, right? So we, for example, we may be specialists, or we can be parents, or we can be friends. We are not ideal because we are not Krishna. So we have the tendency to commit mistakes. But when we do our actions as an offering, for example, dear Lord, please accept this as an offering, and please guide me, and please forgive all of the mistakes that I may commit, or please help me on this path, right? So this becomes a sacrifice. And if there are any mistakes that we're committing, Krishna will teach us. So it doesn't come as a karmic reaction that we have to suffer later on and get born again because of this. So it's not that situation. Yeah, it doesn't become our karma, basically. We don't have to come into this body again to go for this. Okay. Yes, you need to go. Sure. Thank you for coming. Hare Krishna. So, text number 24. You want to read?
Brahmarpanam Brahmahavir Brahmagno Brahmanahutam Brahmaivatena Gantavyam Brahma Karma Samadhina. Translation: a person who is fully absorbed in Krishna consciousness is sure to attain the spiritual kingdom because of his full contribution to spiritual activities, in which the consummation is absolute and that which is offered is of the same spiritual nature.
Yes. So, yeah, so a person who is fully absorbed in Krishna consciousness. So, again, let's repeat, what is that absorption about? How do we know that we are fully absorbed? What will be the symptoms? You think about him all the time, okay. Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah, so we stop overthinking because of failures or successes. Yes, so the level of stress goes down. Mm-hmm. Yes, okay. Anything else? Yes, and how do we do this offering? What kind of thinking will be there? Mm-hmm. So we're connecting our actions, right, with the Lord? Yeah. You wanted to add something? Uh-huh. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes, for his satisfaction, right? Yes. And also one more thing, when we act in the Lord's satisfaction or in someone's satisfaction, we conform it. Are you happy with what I'm doing? Right? Like if somebody asks you again to do something, are you happy with what I've done? or not. So how can we conform that with Krishna if he's happy? Yes? Perfect. Yes. So guru, right? Guru. You may have your own guru. You have Srila Prabhupada, who is everyone's guru. So you conform it with the explanations of Srila Prabhupada. If that's in conformity, then we're good. Shastras. We are reading Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, and other scriptures. And guru we have already said. And plus Paramatma in our heart, right? Paramatma never lies. So it may give us, oh no, frustration. No, no, no. Then we have to think, go back to Shastras, go back to Guru's explanation and see whether we're doing it right or wrong. Yeah, okay. Perfect. And spiritual kingdom, meaning that we are happy, right? Spiritual kingdom means happiness. All right. Okay, let's do the purport.
Purport. How activities in Krishna consciousness can lead one ultimately to the spiritual goal is described here.
And what is our spiritual goal? To attain. How do we attain Krishna? By loving him, by loving him. So our end in mind is to go back to Godhead, right? This is to go back to where we belong.
There are various activities in Krishna consciousness, and all of them will be described in the following verses. But for the present, just the principle of Krishna consciousness is described. A conditioned soul, entangled in material contamination, is sure to act in the material atmosphere, and yet he has to get out of such an environment. The process by which the conditioned soul can get out of the material atmosphere is Krishna consciousness.
So Krishna consciousness is the way out of the material atmosphere. We may continue living in the material atmosphere, but we may not suffer from it if we attain Krishna consciousness.
For example, a patient who is suffering from a disorder of the bowels due to overindulgence in milk products is cured by another milk product, namely yogurt. The materially absorbed conditioned soul can be cured by Krishna consciousness as set forth here in the Gita. This process is generally known as yajna, or activities, sacrifices, simply meant for the satisfaction of Vishnu or Krishna.
And in this age, in the age of Kali Yuga, the yagya, which is a sacrifice which is recommended, is chanting 16 rounds of Mahamantra, reading Bhagavad Gita, and performing Sankirtana, meaning that distributing the glory of the Lord. So telling everyone, this is the process, this is what will help you, this is what will make you happy, this is what Lord Chaitanya wanted us to do, and this is the yagya that the best recommended in the age of Kali.
The more the activities of the material world are performed in Krishna consciousness, or for Vishnu only, the more the atmosphere becomes spiritualized by complete absorption.
Yes, and when the atmosphere is spiritualized, what happens? How do we know that the atmosphere is spiritualized? Have you ever felt the difference between spiritualized atmosphere and materialized atmosphere? Yes, what is the difference? Let's say, like, how do you feel that the atmosphere is spiritualized?
It feels really blissful.
Blissful, yeah, enlightening. Like, you wanna, what would you like to do when you are in a spiritual atmosphere? Surrender, yes. So stress is low. It's peaceful, yes. And the tendency to read and chant comes naturally. You don't have to make yourself, right? But when the material atmosphere, it becomes like an obstacle, it's very heavy. Somehow there is no desire to read, you have to overcome yourself or something like that, right? So when we engage ourselves in spiritual, like in Krishna consciousness, the whole atmosphere becomes spiritualized. Wherever you go, by chanting your Mahamantra, there will be Krishna consciousness. That atmosphere will be spiritual. So let's pass the mic. You've read the half of the purport, yeah? And all right, so let's continue. Thank you so much.
The word Brahma means spiritual. The Lord is spiritual, and the rays of his transcendental body are called Brahma Jyoti. His spiritual effluence, everything that exists is situated in that Brahma Jyoti. But when the Jyoti is covered by illusion or sense gratification, it is called material.
So why do you think sense gratification is an illusion? And that's why it's called material.
It is temporary.
It is temporary. Yeah. Yeah, so it's impossible to satisfy ourselves through the senses, right? If those senses are attached to the material objects, they basically get covered with illusion, with Maya, right? And that's what is called sense gratification. But why is it sense gratification and not happiness? Because no matter how much we attach to different kinds of objects, we will never satisfy our senses like that. That's it. And the more we give into it, the more we lose our energy, our identity, and that becomes dependency, which is unhealthy, right? But spiritual, basically, when our senses are spiritualized, what happens? So we're speaking about the sense gratification, but what is the opposite? If the senses are attached to Krishna and to the service, what happens to them? Yes, so connection with the eternal happiness makes senses eternally happy. Yeah, you don't need to do anything. You don't need to spend money for this. Energy, anything. Sleepless nights. There are no sleepless nights for this. So you become naturally, eternally happy.
This material wheel can be removed at once by Krishna consciousness. Thus, the offering for the sake of Krishna consciousness, the consuming agent of such an offering or contribution, the process of consumption, the contributor, and the result are all combined together. Brahman, or the absolute truth. The absolute truth covered by Maya is called matter.
So matter is the absolute truth covered by Maya. This is matter. Okay, this is the material matter.
Matter, sorry, I forgot. Matter, dovetailed for the cause of the absolute truth, regains its spiritual quality. Krishna consciousness is the process of converting the illusory consciousness into Brahma, or the Supreme. When the mind is fully absorbed in Krishna consciousness, it is said to be in samadhi or trance. Anything done in such transcendental consciousness.
Is it too loud, right? Yes? Would you like to say? Yes? Thank you. Yes, please continue.
Sorry.
Anything done, right? In such
Anything done in such transcendental consciousness is called yagna, or sacrifice for the absolute. In that condition of spiritual consciousness, the contributor, the contribution, the consumption, the performer or leader of the performance, and the result or ultimate gain, everything becomes one in the absolute, the Supreme Brahma. That is the method of Krishna consciousness.
Yeah, so the method of Krishna consciousness is all inclusive, as you can see. If we perform, if we engage other people, the atmosphere which is around us, everything becomes spiritualized, and this is the benefit of Krishna consciousness. This is the yagya that each of us can perform. So we can just pass it like that so everyone can read. Thank you so much. Text number 25.
You have to read the Sanskrit.
Sanskrit, then translation.
Devyam evapare yachanam yoginah pariyu pasate brahma jnanav apare yachanam yajane nevya paju huate. Some yogis perfectly worship the demigods by offering different sacrifices to them, and some offer sacrifices in the fire of the sun, Supreme Brahman.
Yeah, so there are different levels of the worship, right? Some worship the demigods by offering sacrifices to them, and some in the fire of the Supreme Brahman, which is the Brahma Jyoti. Okay? And let's read about this. Purport.
As described above, a person engaged in discharging duties in the Krishna consciousness is also called a perfect yogi or a first-class mystic.
Why do you think he's called a first-class mystic? A person who is engaged in Krishna consciousness. He transcends the modes of material nature. So the modes of material nature are impossible to study. It's even like the scientists spent years, thousands of years to understand how these modes of material nature function. So, but Krishna conscious person can transcend them, right? And another reason why, because Krishna conscious person has Krishna in his heart, and Krishna reveals himself to that person. This is very mystical. It's, yeah.
But there are others also who perform similar sacrifices in the worship of demigods. and still others who sacrifice to the Supreme Brahman or the impersonal feature of the Supreme Lord.
So there are different levels of sacrifices, and why? Why do you think some people sacrifice to the demigods, some people to Supreme Brahman? What is your opinion? That's right, yes. Because if they want to fulfill their desires and their material desires, right, quickly, so they will be worshipping a specific maybe demigod. Or if, for example, they're looking for siddhas, right, so special abilities, then they will be worshipping the Supreme Brahman. So this is the reason why people worship the Lord on different levels, but they're still worshiping the Lord because demigods and the Supreme, they're all parts and parcels of the Lord. And later on, we will read that they're just not doing it directly. Our practice that we're doing now is a direct process of the service and the sacrifice.
So there are different kinds of sacrifices in terms of different categories. Such different categories of sacrifice by different types of performers only superficially demark varieties of sacrifice.
So again, one more time, such different categories of sacrifice by different types of performers only superficially demark varieties of sacrifice. Yes, you had a question, right? Supreme Brahman is mean Brahmajyoti, right? This is impersonal. So some people just study philosophically, but they are not engaging themselves in the process of service. Like, for example, in service, there is no difference between washing the floor, distributing the books. You know, it's all transcendental if you're doing this for the satisfaction of the Lord. But if you are not doing this, you may just study philosophy and not engaging yourself. That will be impersonal. Yeah, yeah. Okay, let's continue.
Factually, sacrifice means to satisfy the Supreme Lord, that is Vishnu, who is also known as Yajna. All the different varieties of sacrifice can be placed within two primary divisions, namely sacrifice of worldly possession and sacrifice in pursuit of transcendent knowledge.
So there are two reasons why people again conduct the sacrifices. One of them would like some material possessions, and the others, they want transcendental knowledge. So, but by attaining the transcendental knowledge, we actually attain everything, because Krishna again contains everything, material and non-material, spiritual and everything. But if we just limit ourselves to the material possessions, we devoid ourselves from happiness, which is in the spiritual world.
Those who are in Krishna consciousness sacrifice all material possession for the satisfaction of the Supreme Lord, while others who want some temporary material happiness sacrifice their material possessions to satisfy demigods such as Indra, the sun god, etc. And others who are impersonalities sacrifice their identity by merging into the existence of impersonal Brahman. The demigods are power into the existence of impersonal Brahman. The demigods, powerful living entities appointed by the Supreme Lord for the maintenance and supervision of all material functions like heating, watering, and lighting for the universe.
So all of the heating, lighting, watering, air, everything we get from the demigods. So this is their function, this is their job. They basically provide us. But do you think demigods are able to release us from the clutches of karma? Do they have this ability to do that? No, they cannot. Yeah. So therefore, by performing sacrifices for the Lord, we both get all material possessions that we need, which are actually good for our benefit because Lord takes care of us, right? And we become karma free. So let's pass the mic. Thank you so much for reading.
Those who are interested in the material benefits worship in the demigods by various sacrifices. Act material benefit worship in the demigods by various sacrifices according to the Vedic rituals. They are called Bhavisthura Adi, or believers in many gods, but other who are worshipped in the impersonal features of the absolute truth and regards the reform and demigods temporary, sacrifice their individual selves in the supreme fire, and thus end their individual existence by merging into the existence of supreme. Such impersonalities sacrifice their time and philosophers
Philosophical?
philosophic follow
Philosophical.
yeah, and spiritual into understand the transcendental and the true of the supreme.
So impersonalists, they're trying to understand the supreme through philosophical speculations. Okay? If in Krishna consciousness we are understanding the Lord through the service, because in multiple places Krishna says that I'm revealing myself to my devotee, and that's why he's speaking Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna, and Krishna is saying, because you're my friend and my devotee, I will speak this knowledge to you, right? Which is the king of knowledge and education. Therefore, for us, if we would like to attain and understand the Lord, right, and ourselves as we are, we need to engage ourselves in Krishna consciousness. Through philosophical speculations, it's a very long path. It's thousands and millions of lives, and again, no guarantee that, because Krishna doesn't recommend that. It's not the recommended process.
In other words, the fruitative workers sacrifice their material passions for material enjoyment, whereas the impersonalist sacrifices in the material destinations with a view of merging to the existence of the Supreme. For the impersonalist, the fire altar of the sacrifice is the Supreme Brahman, and the offering is the self being consumed by the fire of Brahman. The Krishna consciousness person like Arjuna and however sacrifice everything for the satisfaction of Krishna, and thus all the material possessions as well as his own self, everything is sacrificed for Krishna. Thus he is first class yogi, but he does not lose his individual existence.
That's right. So when impersonalists sacrifice themselves, they believe that they do not have identity in the spiritual world, that there is no form, and that's why their vision is that they're going to merge into the transcendence. So they're going to lose their individuality after death. While Krishna conscious people, we understand, right, that we never lose our identity. Our spirit soul has its form, and this is an eternal form. We have an eternal form. No matter what kind of material form we take, in the spiritual world, we have the same eternal spiritual form. And by sacrificing ourselves, what does it mean to sacrifice ourselves? When we get an example, right? So that Arjuna sacrificed all of his material possessions and himself. So what is that? What is it meant there by sacrificing yourself? What is it? What is included in the self that we can offer to the Lord? What is it? Our desires, yes? So we started desiring for the Lord. Dear Lord, do you like my desire or no? And if not, can you please help me to fix it? Yes, yes. So basically, when we are in a close relationships with someone, right, we open up ourselves, we become vulnerable. We also surrender. We become close emotionally, mentally, psychologically, spiritually. So this is the sacrifice. So we basically, and it's the right word, surrender, we entrust ourselves to the Lord. Yeah. Our feelings, our desires, our emotions, our beliefs, everything. So it's a complete trust. Yeah, this is the sacrifice of the self. Okay, text number 26. Who is next?
I'm not sure if I can read the Sanskrit, but I'll try.
Okay.
Srotra dinin riyane aine. I'm sorry. Samyam mangnisu juhati. Sabdahanin visyan anye Indriyaye Nisu Juhati. I'm sorry.
And you know, at
Some-
the end of Bhagavad Gita, there is also the connection how to read the Sanskrit. Yeah, it's just it will take you 30 seconds just to go through.
Some the unadulterated Brahmacharis sacrifices
Brahmachari.
the hearing process and the senses in the fire of mental control, and others, the regulated householders, sacrifice the objects of the senses in the fire of the senses.
And again, we are speaking about different levels of sacrifices, right? So brahmacharis, they sacrifice their hearing process and the senses. Basically what they do, they control their senses for the Lord and they adjust their hearing. They hear about the Lord, they read, they chant. So their hearing, they offer their hearing to the Lord. Such people, like for example, they don't want to hear anything other which is not connected with the Lord, which is not favorable. Right? So this is the sacrifice. And the others, regulated householders, which they can also do the first type of sacrifice, plus they sacrifice the senses. In other words, there are objects, right, the material objects that can be sacrificed or sense gratification. For example, they may eat less sweets or they may watch less movies or may they do less material things to make the Lord happy. Because when we have kids, we need to entertain them. Right? We take them to the parks, we give them different gifts, but plus we add the knowledge to that, and that becomes as a sacrifice. So by that knowledge, we regulate. When our kids listen, for example, about Krishna, what he likes, what he wants, we read together, would be the sacrifice through the hearing. Okay? When we say it's better not to eat so many sweets or only prasadam, that's it. So that's the sacrifice, for the senses. Or when we come all together to the temple and we engage our body in cleaning, serving, cutting the veggies, washing the dishes, again, we're sacrificing our senses because maybe we would want to rest or go, I don't know, enjoy something, right? But we are doing that and that becomes a sacrifice, okay?
The member of the 4 divisions of human life, namely the Brahmacharis, the Grahasthas, and the Vanaprasthas, and the Sannyasis, are all meant to become perfect yogis.
So there are basically 4 divisions of human life, right? And they're regulated. So the brahmacharis, those who are in the study. So they're in the process of education, of Krishna consciousness, life skills, and etc. Grihasthas are the ones who already married, they have family. Varnaprasthas are the ones who already raise their kids and their responsibilities to their family. They're letting it go, basically. Yes, and sannyasis, they are in renounced order. So they release all kind of material responsibilities and they mostly focus on their service to the Lord. Okay, so all of them are meant to become perfect yogis or transcendentalists. In other words, on all levels, there is a process which can be applied, right? Like on different stages of human development.
Since human life is not meant for enjoying sense gratification, like the animals, the 4 orders of human life are so arranged that one may become perfect in spiritual life. The Brahmacharis, or the students under the care of the bona fide spiritual master, control the mind by abstaining from sense gratification.
And here is the responsibility and the process for brahmacharis. So what they do, they are staying under the care of their spiritual master. Basically, they follow all of the rules, right, and regulations that spiritual master asks them, gives them, and they control their mind by refraining themselves from the sense gratification. So this is the job that brahmacharis do for the satisfaction of the Lord.
The Brahmacharis hears only words concerning Krishna consciousness. Hearing is the basic principle for understanding, and therefore the pure Brahmacharis engages fully in Hare
Nama.
Kirtanam.
Namakirtanam. Yeah.
Chanting and hearing the glories of the Lord, he restrains himself from the vibration of the material sounds, and his hearing is engaged in the transcendental sound vibration of Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Similarly, the householders who have some license for sense gratification perform such acts with great restraints. Sex life, intoxication, and meat eating are general tendencies of human society, but a regulated householder does not indulge in unrestricted sex life and other sense gratification.
So this is the process for controlling the senses and sacrifices for grihasthas. Okay? Not indulge in sex, intoxication, and meat eating.
Marriage on the principles of a religious life is therefore current in all civilized human society because that is the way for restricted sex life. This restricted, unattached sex life is also a kind of yagna because the restrictive householder sacrifices his general tendency towards sense gratification for higher interests transcendental life.
Yes, so those restrictions basically help grihasthas to attain the higher level of which is the aim of this is a transcendental life. So we have 5 minutes left. Let's do questions probably, right? And then we will continue. So next time we will continue from text number 27, chapter 4, text number 27. And now is a good time to ask questions or share your realizations. All of the demigods such as Indra, right, Vayu, all of the demigods which are responsible. Shiva is also comes under the demigod, but he's also a perfect Vaishnava. Yeah. They worship each other because in other scriptures also says that the one who loves the Lord unconditionally, Lord becomes his servant. So if we read carefully Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, we'll understand that the Lord becomes a servant of those who serve him with full heart. So he gives them to those devotees. Yeah, and that's why Lord belongs to Srimati Radharani, because her love is inexplicable. He cannot understand what kind of love is this that he cannot even perceive himself, and that's why he comes as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the form, in the mood of Srimati Radharani, and that incarnation is called love incarnation. And therefore, the mantra which Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave to us, which is Maha Mantra, is called love mantra. Because through that mantra, we can experience that feeling of Radharani towards Krishna, where there is no any other existing living entity can, feel in that way. So by chanting the mantra, we feel in our heart and revive that memory. Yeah, thank you for a wonderful question. Yes, so what is your inspirations, maybe realizations from today's class? What would you like? Maybe there is anything that got stuck in your mind and you would like to practice it. Maybe you made some conclusions from today's session. What would that be? Or maybe there is something that you would like to share with others. What is it? Anyone? Yes? Yeah? Uh-huh. Chanting. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes. So the more we read and study and listen, right, the more we engage ourselves in Katha, the more attached we become and the more love we develop. Yes? Wonderful. Yeah, so that we have this Krishna Katha today. Hopefully you develop more love from this session. And let's see, what time is it? Yeah, it's time to accept some prasadam, which is also a process of love. Thank you so much for attending Tuesday Sangha Circle of Influence, and I will be very happy to see you next time at 6:30. Hare Krishna.